The movie opens with a strange quietness, set against the backdrop of an ordinary family moving into a new home. At first glance, everything seems normal. Children playing, parents settling in, and the hope of fresh beginnings. But beneath the surface lies something far darker. The Innocents isn't just a story about childhood. It's a chilling exploration of hidden powers, jealousy, and the frightening things children are capable of when no one is watching. What begins as innocent games between friends quickly spirals into a terrifying battle of control, cruelty, and survival, where bonds are tested and the line between good and evil blurs. The movie opens with a young girl named Ida riding in the car with her family as they move to a new town for her father's new job. Sitting beside her is her sister Anna, who suffers from a neurological condition that leaves her unable to speak, causes involuntary movements, and makes her insensitive to pain. Because of this, Anna requires constant care and attention from their parents, which makes Ida feel left out and quietly jealous. When they arrive at their new home, the family begins unpacking. Later that evening, Ida complains to her mother, saying she wanted to spend the summer vacation having fun instead of moving to a new house. Her mother reassures her that once she starts at her new school, she'll make friends and enjoy her time. Ida asks her mom to sit with her for a while, but her mother refuses, insisting she should go to bed. The next day, Ida goes out exploring the neighborhood but quickly grows bored. That's when she meets a boy her age named Ben, who lives nearby. Curious and eager to play, Ben invites her to the woods, where he reveals something extraordinary. He claims he has the ability to move objects with his mind. At first, Ida laughs it off, thinking he's joking. But when he insists, she throws a stone in front of him to test his claim. Ben fails on the first try, but after asking for another chance, he manages to shock her, staring intently at the rock until it suddenly shifts and flies across the ground without him touching it. Ida is stunned and fascinated by what she's just witnessed. Intrigued, she asks to try it herself, but no matter how hard she concentrates, she can't move the stone. To show she's special too, she demonstrates a peculiar trick, twisting her hands into strange, almost impossible shapes. The two laugh and continue playing together for the rest of the day before Ida finally returns home. Later that evening, Ida tells her parents about Ben and his unusual abilities, but as always, they dismiss her words and focus entirely on caring for Anna. Soon after, they take Anna to the doctor, leaving Ida feeling ignored and resentful. Upset, she storms off by herself and sits alone in frustration. In a cruel moment of jealousy, she slips a piece of broken glass into Anna's boot, hoping to hurt her. Unfortunately, Anna's condition prevents her from feeling pain, and their mother unknowingly puts the boots on her without noticing. When they arrive at the doctor's office, he notices Anna struggling to walk. Upon removing her boots, they discover her foot is bleeding. The wound is quickly treated, but no one realizes how it happened. The family then returns home, leaving Ida's guilt hidden beneath her jealousy. The next day, Ida's mother forces her to take Anna outside while she stays busy. Embarrassed to be seen with her sister, Ida reluctantly agrees. While watching Anna, Ben comes over to join her. Curious, he asks about Anna's condition, and Ida explains that her sister can hardly see or feel anything. To test this, the two children begin pinching Anna and even spitting on her, but Anna remains unresponsive. Growing bored, they abandon her and wander off to play. Meanwhile, as Anna sits alone, a kind-hearted girl named Aisha approaches her and begins talking to her as if she's known her all along, showing Anna the compassion her sister withheld. At the same time, Ida and Ben continue exploring the woods when they come across a wandering cat. Their childish curiosity turns dark, and they come up with a disturbing idea to throw the cat from the top of a building to see if it will survive. When they finally retrieve the cat, they discover it badly injured. While Ida is unsettled by the sight, Ben coldly decides the animal should be put out of its misery and moves to kill it. Shocked and upset by his cruelty, Ida begins to feel conflicted about her new friend. Disturbed, she turns away from Ben and goes back to her sister. When Ida goes to check on her sister, she's shocked to discover Anna is no longer where she left her. Panicked, she searches the area until she finally finds Anna happily playing with Aisha. To Ida's surprise, the two seem to share an instant bond, laughing and enjoying each other's company. Seeing this, Ida begins to feel uneasy. She tries to take Anna home, but for the first time, Anna resists, wanting to stay with Aisha instead. To ease the tension, Aisha agrees to walk them both home. Before leaving, she asks Ida if they can meet again tomorrow, and Ida reluctantly agrees. The next day, Ida does something unexpected. She convinces her parents to let her take Anna out, even though she usually dislikes being responsible for her sister. sister. She brings Anna to Aisha's home so the girls can play together. Meanwhile, Ida slips away to search for the cat she and Ben had thrown the day before. But when she finds it, she's horrified. The cat is tied up and brutally killed, leaving her shaken and frightened. Disturbed, she hurries back to rejoin Anna and Aisha. When Ida arrives, she finds Ben already there with them. Together, they watch in amazement as a small dish moves across the floor on its own. Ida assumes Ben is the one controlling it, but he insists that it's actually Anna demonstrating her hidden ability. Stunned, Ida can hardly believe what she's seeing. She sits down to join them, and soon the children are experimenting with moving stones and objects through sheer concentration, celebrating each successful attempt. At that moment, Ben challenges Anna, asking if she can move the stone the way he does. Before Anna can respond, Aisha interjects, saying Anna can't. Curious, Ida turns to her and asks how she would know. Calmly, Aisha reveals her own secret. She too has a special gift. Unlike Ben, her ability isn't telekinesis. Instead, she can read minds, but she admits her gift only works on certain people. Aisha explains that while she can't communicate with everyone, something unusual happens with Anna. She can easily connect with her, as if their minds were meant to understand each other. Ida is thrilled by this discovery, happy that her sister finally has someone who understands her. The children spend the afternoon experimenting with their abilities, laughing and showing off their powers, until Ida's mother calls her home. Ida says goodbye to her friends, takes Anna with her, and heads back. The next day, the children gather once more to play, but things quickly sour when they start teasing Ben. Humiliated, he lashes out, fights with the others, and storms off in anger. After he leaves, Ida notices fresh wounds on Anna's legs. Remembering that her sister supposedly cannot feel pain, she is confused. But Aisha explains that Anna does feel pain, just like anyone else. The difference is she simply can't express it. Encouraged by this, Ida suggests that maybe Aisha could help Anna learn to speak. Aisha hesitates, then gently reaches out with her mind and begins guiding Anna. To their amazement, Anna slowly manages to form simple words. Overjoyed, the children celebrate this breakthrough, believing they've unlocked a part of Anna that had always been trapped inside. Later, Ida takes Anna back home, but the moment their mother sees her daughter's wounds, she lashes out at Ida for not taking proper care of her. Desperate to prove herself, Ida begs Anna to speak in front of their mother, but Anna stays silent, leaving Ida looking like a liar. Frustrated and misunderstood, she retreats to her room in tears. Meanwhile, across town, Ben's life grows darker. At home, he argues bitterly with his mother in the kitchen. In a terrifying outburst, he unleashes his powers on her, hitting her and burning her leg. When she collapses, begging him to call an ambulance, Ben coldly ignores her and continues watching without emotion. The following day, Ben walks the streets aimlessly until he spots the same boy who had bullied him earlier. But this time, instead of lashing out, Ben feels a rare flicker of fear and hurries back home. Fueled by anger and a thirst for revenge, Ben begins experimenting with something far more dangerous than moving objects. He makes strange hand gestures and concentrates until, shockingly, he gains control over his neighbor. Under Ben's influence, the man picks up a stone and violently attacks the boy who had bothered Ben earlier. The next day, news of the incident spreads quickly. Ida overhears people talking and rushes to the scene, horrified to discover Ben standing nearby with a chilling look in his eyes. When she confronts him, asking what he's done, Ben proudly admits he has discovered a new ability, the power to control people, forcing them to do whatever he commands. At first, Ida doesn't believe him until he demonstrates by making subtle movements that cause her body to move against her will. Shocked and frightened, she realizes he's telling the truth. To prove his power further, Ben takes her to watch a group of boys playing soccer. Fixing his gaze on one of them, he takes control and twists the boy's leg until it snaps. Ida is unaware of what really happened, but Aisha, using her telepathy, senses immediately that Ben is responsible. She rushes to stop him, but as soon as Ben sees her, he lashes out, attempting to kill her from a distance with his power. Ida manages to intervene and distract him, saving Aisha for the moment. Furious, Ben turns his rage on both of them, but before he can strike, Anna arrives. The moment he sees her, he freezes. Terrified of her strength, knowing she might even be more powerful than him, Ben flees. Back home, consumed by humiliation, Ben plots his revenge. He decides Aisha must die, since she knows too much. Using his control powers, he takes over Aisha's mother and forces her to stab her own daughter. When Aisha's mother realizes what she has done, she collapses in horror, trying to call for help, but it's too late. Aisha is gone. Anna is devastated by the death of her closest friend, collapsing in grief, while Ida too is heartbroken. Together, they visit Aisha's grave, mourning her loss. But Ida also knows the truth, that Ben was behind it all. Determined to protect her sister, she realizes that no adult will believe her story, and the only solution is to stop Ben herself. The next day, she approaches him alone, carrying a new toy she bought as a peace offering. Ben is delighted, believing she has forgiven him. They begin playing together, but Ida hides her true intentions, waiting for the right moment to strike back. Ida lures Ben to a high bridge, pretending they're going there just to play. As they step closer to the edge, a woman passing by yells at them to stay away. But before Ben realizes what's happening, Ida pushes him, sending him tumbling over the side. Terrified, she runs into the woods to hide. To her horror, Ben survives the fall. Using his powers, he forces Ida into the road, where a car nearly hits her. She manages to escape with only injuries to her legs, and later wakes up in the hospital with her mother by her side. When Ida finally returns home, she lives in constant fear, knowing Ben won't stop until he kills her. One day, Anna is playing near the lake outside their house when she sees Ben standing across the water. The two lock eyes, and without a word, they begin a battle of wills, clashing with their powers from a distance. At first, Ben overpowers Anna, pushing her toward defeat, but Ida refuses to let her sister fight alone. Drawing on their bond, she lends her strength, and together, the sisters overpower Ben in a final surge of energy, destroying him once and for all. Exhausted but relieved, the two return home. For the first time, Ida looks at Anna not with jealousy, but with love. Though their relationship began with distance and resentment, the battle has drawn them closer, and Ida finally embraces her sister, not as a burden, but as family. And so, the story of the Innocents comes to a close. What started as envy and distance between two sisters transforms into strength, unity, and love. Ida, once jealous of Anna, learns the true meaning of family, standing together against darkness. But the chilling reminder lingers. Innocence can be fragile, and sometimes even children carry shadows capable of great harm. In the end, it wasn't just powers that determined who survived. It was compassion, loyalty, and the courage to face evil, no matter the cost.